Alright, so I'm coming to you guys today with a tutorial on my battle system. I wanted to showcase it to kind of show what I've designed, and I've got to clean up and tidy up the visuals so that way you can see better formats of it, but just to give the base structure of it, I wanted to record this and show you. So this enemy over here, he is at about 100,000 health and does about 5 attack. And this character is level 30, and I think does base attack 639. But yeah, I'm going to show you that right now. So normal attack does just as you would expect it to. Doesn't attack, right? 639. I'm going to do one more attack to show you. There's no variance, just programmed as is. So now when I go down to here and I use common event skill, I have two common events being called. First is setting a variable. That variable is dictating the secondary common event and saying, hey, if the variable is equal to this, do this. So we're going to do it the first time, and you'll see, boom. Now, yes, that's the rage symbol. That's what I have for now. But now, when I do a regular attack, increase damage. Okay? So we're going to move back down to this. Now, when I do this common event skill, it's going to do regular HP damage at my increased amount that's on there right now. Okay? I haven't removed the state that I've applied. It's just on there, so the buff's still on there. The variable is now set to 2. Now when I do a base attack, more damage. So as you can see, it's increasing amounts of damage. We're going to go ahead and go to variable 3, which, to let you know ahead of time, there is a max variable count of 5. I'm capping it at 5 for balance reasons, and I'm going to lower the percentages, of course. So when I go to variable 3 and attack the test dummy, 1788. Now you also see that there was 2 attacks there. That's also in the variables, is to give a small chance for a secondary attack. So I got lucky there. That was just a luck thing. That wasn't planned. But you also saw more damage. We're going to move the variable up to variable number 4. When we do, we go to base attack. Well, I got a miss. That sucks. But it happens. So variable 4, boom, 22, 3, 6. More damage. And then you can see down here, this little symbol, that's what I have designated for variable set 4. So we're going to do one more variable, go up to 5. And there we go. It's capped out. The state's off. It's no longer in effect. So now, when I do a base attack, back to base damage. Now, I gotta show you one more thing, because you're probably thinking, like, okay, well, if I always keep putting the variable up, what will be the incentive to not, or what will be something to do it different? Well, I'm gonna be putting cooldowns probably on this, maybe only one turn, maybe not. I have to decide how I want to balance that, but what I do know is we'll put variable 1 on. Oh, we can't. It's over. So we have to actually go set it back down. We're going to go set it to 0 with this move. Okay. Alright, now it's set to 0. There we go. So that common event, Wind Gust and Tail Strike, both of those have a common event call. And both of them are saying, run this common event that sets the variable down to 0. So if the variable is anything higher than 1, it sets it down to 0. So now when we run this, increase damage, but then sets the variable back down to 0. So you can see I'm programming specific moves to take increased damage when you have this buff on you. Now, we're also going to put the buff on and show you one other thing. we're gonna do regular magic. Okay. Might have not said damage for that one. Nope. Alright, I haven't said damage for either of those. That's fine. So, yeah, I didn't set damage for those. That's my bad. But basically, this stat right here, this one that's the state that they're in, that is only moving up in the attack range. It is not affecting magic attack. So the way the system is designed is that you can do regular attacks, and those regular attacks will buff you up, and when you choose to do a special attack, they will take that buffed state and they will put it to a stronger output. So, for instance, dual attack. This one doesn't remove the state, it just takes the damage. 1800 damage. Bam. But that's because I got like 3 variables on there. So, it's a way to balance out the thinking of how you want to play. Because do you want to do a regular attack to buff up these special attacks? Or do you want to do a magic attack and drain your MP and then maybe get the same output of damage? Maybe not, depending on how far you buff yourself. But then you also want to think, well, if I do these base attacks, I can get these to go and then possibly have a secondary attack. Because each time you buff, you have a chance to have a secondary action. But then as soon as you get to the top tier cap point, you don't get to add another variable. So once you get to 5, the state no longer works. So it is capped at that point. But I just want to show you guys that I thought it'd be interesting to put it out there and just educate people on what I was building and how it works. And let's put it at its max state, and I'll use the strongest move that I can think of. So one more. Okay. Alright, so we are maximum state, and we're going to go ahead and use triple attack. So max buff on there, I just did 15,000 damage. Worth it. Worth the time and effort. Even though I have to take whatever damage he's throwing my way, I'm adding to the damage that I can do in the output. So, you know, considering with what damage the bosses can do to you and how they attack you, you can use items to stay alive, hopefully, during those fights, buff yourself, and then just pummel. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for coming by and watching.